What's new, fat hay?
So it's those kinds of opportunities. It's not really driven by the tooling so much as it is having a much looser set of packaging constraints.
Well, that
And
being
you're
said,
still going to see basic shared tooling. Like if you look at Starman that we revealed, he does use the basic buck body.
right.
I think being our own retailer just opens us up to be allowed to do a lot more because we get to call a lot more of the shots. And that allows us to be as creative as we truly want to be as a team. So that's really exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
And what's great, too, is this line is really going to complement what we're still offering at retail. So, to remind fans out there that this isn't replacing what we have at retail. We still have a really awesome product for retail stores next year. This just allows us to really focus in on that hardcore collector and deliver what we know that they want in a way that works for them. Is a lot, they don't have to worry about, trekking to all these different stores looking for it. It's easier to get to them and, allows our entire team to really produce something that truly targets that collector. But they also will love what we have at retail in addition to, people beyond just that traditional collector. So looking at, pop culture enthusiasts more generally. So, we're excited in that our product offering is almost doubling for next year. So we'll have our retail product plus what we're offering via the subscription program.
Yeah.
And they really work together and reinforce one another. So, much like peanut butter and chocolate, they're great on their own, but when you get them together, they create something really special. So
I'm allergic to peanut butter.
Well,
now when you
they
start,
create something really special for Mike.
now when you made a statement about the changes with retail and shelf space, one thing that's changed is that not having the collect and connect piece, and that's really, from what I'm hearing from you all, that's not a loss at all. It's actually a gain because we're able to get some things you could never do in collect and connect. Is that? Would you say that's also accurate?
Yeah, I would say that's completely accurate. It's, Collect and Connect has been a terrific thing. We love the characters that we did over the years. And I think that now we're looking to new opportunities for the time being.
Yeah, and we've definitely heard the fans over the past few weeks that have not been as excited about it and have been complaining that they want to go back to Collect and Connect. But over the years, we've also heard fans that have been complaining about Collect and Connect saying that, they'd love if we could do figures that were bigger or, figures that may be in less pieces than the Collect and Connect or more pieces or whatever the case may be. So, yes, we do know that there are some people out there that, would prefer Collect and Connect, but overall I think we're really appealing to the majority of them that will be very excited with what we're offering in place of that next year.
And there's also some, to the Collect and Connect point, there's also some manufacturing things that not doing Collect and Connect allow us to do. In the past, we had to break up that figure into multiple parts, which required us to put connectors in each one of those parts. That investment is now not needed when we're doing it together as one single figure, which allows us to invest in the figure and less into the point that we have to separate it into 5 parts, into 5 individual SKUs. So we're actually able to give the consumer what they really want, which is a much nicer figure than invest in things that just make it able to be split up into several packages, which is nice.
Functional investment, yeah.
Well,
You can really concentrate on the aesthetic.
Yeah, because I realized for me, I know that when Validus came out, which was a figure I was very excited about because I'm a Legion fan, I was trying to figure out how he could have been done bigger, but there was really no way in the Collect and Connect process that you could have. And if the sub had existed back then, I see where, you look at some of the Masters of the Universe figures that, they're huge. And I just see a lot of opportunity. I see it as a net gain rather than a net loss, me personally.
Exactly.
Now,
We like you.
Yeah. Someone like Validus, you could say, oh, what could you do with him? Oh, you could make him bigger. You could have, a flint striker in the head so you have sparking brain blasts. you could look at all different ways that you could bring him to life, and now we've got
Now
that
you
chance.
locked us into that one, because that's too damn cool of an idea to not do.
I was just thinking, sign me up for that right now. Now, speaking of like changes, and I know that Poison Ivy she's already been a reveal and things like that. Now, there's been some talk over the last few years about the female Buck. Are you all looking forward to, or is the possibility that that's going to be? A lot of times people have actually been making comments that they thought it was going to be just basically the same figure, just painted differently or things. Are you all looking forward to being able to change your female figures up somewhat, or is that something that?
Oh yeah, I mean this is something that we've worked on in the past with the Star Sapphire Wonder Woman. We tooled up some new arms that we felt we liked the proportion of relative to the body. We're constantly working with these figures and trying to satisfy our own creative impulses for the perfect figure. So I would definitely see that as something we'll look at.
Yeah, and also, I mean, there's a lot of female figures we wanted to do from the past, but mass doesn't necessarily support female figures. They just usually don't sell well at mass. This sub gives us the opportunities to put out those key female figures, and then we'll develop around making a body style that works with them to be the best they can be. So yeah, the more female figures that we're going to release, we're definitely going to look into how do we make that female Buck more unique per figure, how we use them across multiple figures, but how we really make it fit those figures right.
So this really has, and you all seem very excited about the fact that you're not going to have to just keep flying by the same rules. It's like a whole new world's open to you, or like an artist that has a much larger canvas that he can draw from.
Exactly. No, we know in order to stay on top, you have to keep things fresh. And we never, we realize as collectors ourselves that you want your DC universe to all work together on the shelf. You don't want to suddenly switch to a radically different scale, a new aesthetic that doesn't fit with everything else you have. But at the same time, you want to keep what is familiar and what is known, you want to keep it fresh and exciting. You never want to feel like you're stagnating. And so, as you said, this gives us a great chance to freshen things up.
Well, that's awesome. Well, just is there anybody that you would like to get a chance to design? Again, not anybody, not like a specific that locking you into is not what I want to do. I'm just thinking about from a designer's perspective. Is there? I can hear already the Mobius chair. I mean, this is something that you all have really been thinking about, and you'd really like to get a crack at it. Is there anybody else, a figure from a design perspective, you'd really like to see how you could make that work out?
Well, I would say now these are characters that are purely myself saying that I would love to work on them. So
yes,
I would, as I mentioned at Comic-Con, I would dearly love to get to Slig and the rest of the Deep Six. I think they would be fantastic. And from just a fun design, I could not wait to see that figure come out. Ultra the Multi-Alien.
That would be a
I
wild
would love
figure.
to see. I would love to see Ultra the Multi-Alien. I think he would make a fantastic figure.
Mike, what about you?
I'll be beating a dead horse with this one, but I keep on saying that someday I will be the guy that gets Crazy Quilt out there on the market, and it'll be the last time he's ever done, because he'll put the whole company under X Factory-wise. It will happen at some point.
Hey, they got him into Brave and the Bold. There's hope. Crazy Quilt is back on the radar. So.
All right. Well, it sounds to me like the DC subscription's in good hands. Now, I personally have already bought 2 myself, and we've been thinking about buying some more. But I really, it's good for me to hear that my money is well invested with some people that are fans like myself. and are excited about what's possible. And again, you're looking to see how much you can give us. And when I say us, because you all being fans, you're looking to see how much you can really do for us, with whether it be with accessories, making the quintessential figure. I mean, that's quite a mark to shoot for, and so I really appreciate that as a fan. So, and
we appreciate the support. It goes back to years ago, the support that came out when we did Killer Moth. And everyone was saying, "Wow, I can't believe you guys did Killer Moth," or when we did Gentleman Ghost. We've really been very fortunate to have such incredible support from you guys through the years that when you've got that going for you, you just want to continually bring your A game. You never want to phone it in. So.
Yeah, I mean, I just say that we're fans creating product.
Mm-hmm.
We're not forced to do this. We didn't fall into it.
I'm forced to do
We chose to, and we want to, and we're privileged to. And think about it as if you yourself was doing a product line. We're going to put that same heart into it. So.
And I'm glad to see especially how excited y'all were about completing teams and stuff. Mm-hmm. When the possibility arises. So that's real good. One thing I did want to ask you about packaging. Can you talk any about? I noticed with the Legion set, which was probably some of the most impressive packaging I've ever seen, and great figures. But one thing that I noticed that they weren't putting any sort of dynamic poses at all. Basically, they were standing there. Now, is that something that was just for the Legion, or is that something you'd like to continue? Because a lot of your very cool designs kind of get the bends in some of the packaging that you have to have on retail, so that when a child sees it, go, "Wow, Mommy, I want that." Are you looking towards something like with the Legion, where they're just more static?
I think from a purely product point of view, as opposed to a packaging point of view, we are definitely interested in figures that come out of the package looking great with no warping, no bending.
Awesome.
Yeah. Does that answer the question?
It does. That definitely answers the question.
Yeah.
Well, I thank you all. Is there anything that you all would like, that you'd like to make sure that people know?
Just that we really appreciate the support for the DCU subscription, and we look forward as we reveal the figures to see what the reaction is, and to let everyone know we're making good on our promises.
Yeah, and I'd say it's just that, sad to say I don't have a lot of important things in my life, but if this does not happen, that's pretty much going to be the end of it. So,
wow.
Yeah, I think
a personal plea from my team.
everyone here is.
Let's just say that we want this to happen more than anybody.
Yeah, everyone here is biting their nails and waiting to see. So our sub ends on our Monday night at midnight Pacific time, and yeah, I think all the guys here are just waiting to come into work Tuesday morning and see where we net out just as much as anybody else.
Oh yeah.
Well, there's a lot of talk of people. We've been doing a lot on the site, and I've been conversing with lots of people personally, trying to address some of the things, and so we're really hopeful that this thing will go through as well, because you all have really delivered us some great product over the years, and even with characters that I didn't necessarily like, I still was very, very grateful that you all cared enough to at least try to get it out there, or that just the quality of the toy itself. So we greatly appreciate that. I'm really looking forward to what you all can bring to this, because after seeing what Scott's done with Masters of the Universe, and now Danielle's really working with you guys and trying to get these great things out there, I really think that the best for DC is yet to come. So
that's exactly how we feel. We couldn't have said it better ourselves.
Well, thank you all very, very much, and we'll make sure that anybody that wants a subscription, that they won't wait till the last minute, but they'll go ahead and purchase one now, knowing that their coveted toys are in good hands. Thank you all very, very much.
Cool. No, thank you. This is great.